I had to go back and look to remember what I was talking about, but it was my teeth. We're hoping that when we do our taxes next time, that if we get any refund, we're going to use that to at least get me dentures. That way I don't have to look like such a monster. I mean, implants would be ideal, but they cost as much as a house. So, you know, we can't afford that. And, you know, my channel's not, I mean, it's not big enough to where any dentist would be willing to collab with me. I kind of wished that that would happen, but I understand. It's just a dream, you know. But that's okay. And then I'm hoping, like, after I get my teeth done, and this is just strictly vanity, you know, I would love to, you know, get a little Botox right here and then maybe around my mouth a little bit. Ideally, I'd love to get some lip implant, or not implant, sorry, lip fillers, because I've never really had lips, and if I'm going to have brand new, you know, beautiful teeth, fake or not, I'd love to have a little bit of lips to show them off with. Just once in my life, I'd like to have lip fillers. That would be fun, but again, that's like obviously something we can't afford. They're so flipping expensive, but that's okay. But I want to start making like daily vlogs about what's going on in my life. I've had a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety with my oldest son moving back, to the point where my husband and I have been fighting about it because he tries to mediate. And it's not even really that he's mediating. He just doesn't want to deal with it. So he kind of just is like, you know, trying to say things to appease him, trying to say things to appease me. And believe me, I love my son to death and I want him to stay here, but I don't like a lot of the choices that he makes, and I don't like a lot of the things that he does. And he says that I nitpick, which probably I do, but it's like, pick up after yourself. You're almost 23 years old. Do your own dishes. Don't leave wet towels on a wood chair where it strips the stain off. I mean, it's just things like that that you should know in life. And so I'm like, pick it up. Do something. Clean it up, you know. But I shouldn't, you know, in my eye, I shouldn't have to tell somebody that age, who especially was in the army, to clean up after themselves and stuff like that. And but I mean, I get it on the other side. It's like, you don't want to hear your parents, you know, constantly telling you to do things, especially when you've been on your own for 5 years. And, you know, we're just trying to find that balance. And by the time we find that balance, he'll probably be off to university. Right now, we live in the Central Valley in California. We live about an hour outside of Oakland. And we used to live in Sonoma County, and my son has always just loved it there. We have too. We'd go back there in a heartbeat if we could, but it's too expensive. And so he's going to junior college in Sonoma County, and then in the winter he'll be off to Oregon State University. And so that's amazing. I'm so proud of him. And then on the weekends we've been having his daughter here. Well, we always have his daughter here, whether he was in the army or whether he was home. It didn't matter, just to help our ex-daughter-in-law out, give her a little break, and for us to see our granddaughter. She's like, I always say that, you know, we can all be not very nice people sometimes as an adult, but that little girl is the best part of all of us. And I mean all of us. She's just the sweetest, kindest little ray of sunshine, and she's so beautiful. Oh my God, I just love her so much. I just love having her here. She just makes me so happy. But I also wanted to like talk about, I've been having a lot of anxiety lately, and I know a lot of that is because there's some days when I'm in so much pain. And then I grew up a child of an alcoholic mother, and when I was about 12, my father who was divorced from my mother, took us out because my mother had like an alcoholic psychotic episode, and put us with his mother my grandmother, who ended up raising us, and my mother always resented her for that. But what I learned to realize as an adult, and it was nothing my grandmother ever said, because she never said anything bad about my mom. But what I ended up like learning just from life was that my mother never came back together. She never fought for us. She made herself look like the victim, but in truth, she didn't want us. And like my sister and I always say, if two people were meant to not have children, it was our parents. Both of them were just not meant to have kids, not mature enough. But my mom was a drinker. Sorry about that. And her alcohol of choice was always wine, which to this day I can't stomach wine, and I'm sure that's probably because of my mom. I don't even bring it near me. It makes me want to throw up. And I don't even think I've ever drank more than a sip of wine. That's how much I detest it. But when my husband and we actually both got hurt at work within a week of each other, and this was in 2006. So we both weren't working, and we were both living off workers' comp, which was not anything. We ended up losing 2 cars, our house, our 401k, our savings, which we had about $10,000 in savings. We had about $20,000 in the 401k. We used all that to live off of for about 2 years, and we did the best we could, but we ended up losing everything. The final thing we lost was our car. We lost our home first, and then we ended up having to move from Sonoma County to Stanislaus County and living with my grandmother. Well, my mother lived there too, and I always knew that when she drank, it was in the evening. But what I learned was my mother, I knew she could get mean, but she got like creepy mean, and she brought it out on my kids. I'm going to do some more like story time videos about that, because even at 49 years old, that still haunts me. And I want to just make videos and talk to other people about being a child of an alcoholic. Well, about 5.5 years ago, I stopped talking to my mom completely. I cut her out of my life. Both of my kids made the decision on their own that they didn't want anything to do with her either. And then she got really sick in March, this March, and it was, she had sepsis, or I think she was septic from something in her body. I still don't understand what it was, but it went into her heart and it caused congestive heart failure. And once they started clearing, we thought she was going to die, so I came to visit her on Easter and just made amends, because I thought my mother was going to die, and I didn't want her to die without me making my peace just for me. It wasn't for her, it was for me. And now she's getting better. So I've made the decision that I'm going to give her a second, well, this is probably like the 20th chance, but I've never cut her out of my life like this before. But I'm going to try to give her another chance. And she's still in a skilled nursing facility. She had alcohol-induced dementia, but after much fighting with the doctors, my sister insisted they give her a certain dosage of and type of vitamin, and it helped. It helped with the dementia and the medication. But now my mother's back to being her just kind of rude self. She thinks it's cute to flip off the nurses, but it's not. And she's back to smoking, which she hadn't smoked for 3 months, obviously, in the hospital. I literally had a dream this morning that she was back to drinking when they released her from the hospital. She had a bottle of wine she was hiding. Now, again, that was just a dream, but that's just a fear that we all have, because if she starts drinking again, the dementia can come back. Who knows what could happen? It's like, I don't want anything bad to happen to her, but again, if she does start drinking again, I'm just going to have to, I can't anymore, because it just causes so much stress. It's probably where all my heartburn comes from. Just because I notice when I get stressed out, I get really bad headaches. I get anxiety. If they get really bad, I will get a panic attack, but I get really bad heartburn too because I get worked up. I don't even have a stomach because I just have that pouch. I mean, my stomach is down there, but it's not like it works like a normal person's. But anyway, those are my woes um and stuff. On the good side, I had my 25th wedding anniversary on August 10th. My husband and I, we wanted to go to Vegas, but we just don't have the money, so we're like, we'll just go to our favorite little pub in downtown Modesto. We went and had dessert afterwards, a little coffee and dessert, and then we saw Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, which was really long, but it was weirdly really good. It reminded me of Pulp Fiction, where I saw it the first time. I was like, oh my God, ugh. But then I'd seen it again. I was like, this is good. And then I saw it again. I was like, wow, this is really good. It's one of those movies, and it's super violent, but it's good. I really enjoyed it. So we did that. We're going to do something like in a couple months when things calm down and, we can save a little bit of money. And we're just going to go away just for a weekend, just the two of us. And, maybe just put our feet up. And on his 50th birthday on June 24th, I took him to an old Air Force town called McClellan. And it's really cute. And we just stayed there at a nice hotel. And went to dinner. I'd never had Cracker Barrel before, and so we're like, we're not fancy people. We'll go to Cracker Barrel. So we went there. Chicken and dumplings is now like my favorite thing in the world. And they're going to be building one about 20 minutes away from where my husband works. I'm like, I'll have to come visit you for lunch. But anyways, y'all, that's it. If you are interested in watching my videos, just give me, how they always say, give me a like, subscribe, make a comment, and let me know, if there's anything that you're interested in me talking about. You can watch my other videos. I've had a very interesting life, very sheltered life, but also very interesting too. And if you don't mind, I do want to keep making these videos for, kind of like my little therapy. And if anyone has any questions, or if there's anything that I can help you with, please don't hesitate. That's why I'm doing this. I'm not just doing this for me, but I'm also doing this too because I want to talk to other people, which helps me and it helps, you too. And then I'd also love to talk about makeup. I love makeup so much. I'm not wearing it today because I'm really tired, but I have quite the collection. I probably have as much makeup as you'd see in the background of a booty guru video, like a beauty guru, just because I like to collect it. That's, what I don't, I don't drink, I don't smoke, so, I don't really buy, an exorbitant amount of clothes. I spend, a few dollars a month on, an Old Navy outfit. That's it, I'm not, and maybe a Walmart pair of pajamas. Like I say, I'm not fancy, but I like what I like, and I do like good makeup, so I do have quite a collection, so maybe I'd like to talk about that. But anyway, this is my life, Mel's Life 570. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'm going to try to keep making more videos, hopefully on a daily basis. If not, I might try just doing it, weekly or bi-weekly, but I do want to keep getting them going. So anyways, y'all have a great day, and I will too. Bye.